Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is Wednesday, August the 28th, 2024. It is 5:31 p.m. and this is the Suicide Prevention Committee meeting, and we are at the City of Laredo Public Health Conference Room. I'd like to welcome all of you and thank you so much for your enthusiasm and for your commitment to preventing suicide and also to creating awareness in our community. I'd like to go ahead and invite Angie to do the roll call for us.
Dr. Julie Hassan,
Present.
Maxine Cabreras,
Present.
Edwin Martinez,
Present.
Miguel Rangel,
Present.
Marisela Jackman, Earl Medina,
Present.
Gabriel Martinez,
Present.
Jaime Montes, Marina Medina.
Here. And we do have a forum. Thank you to all the committee members for taking the time out of your schedule to be here with us today. I would like to just take a moment to welcome to his first meeting, Miguel Rangel. Welcome to our committee. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much.
He is from District 3, appointed by Councilwoman Melissa Cigarroa. And Edwin Martinez, thank you for being here. I believe this is also your first meeting.
Yes, that's
So Edwin Martinez is from District 2, and he was appointed by Councilman Paco Rangel. Welcome and thank you. Now that we have determined that we will have a quorum and we have done the roll call, I'd like to go ahead and take a moment to do a reflection. Welcome, ladies. So if you will allow me this time, please, let's clear our minds and our thoughts and everything, even outside the door. Pretend to walk over to the door and let all the bad thoughts and bad energy out. And with that being said, Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for another day of life that you have given each one of us today. Thank you for your blessings. Thank you for the sun, the rain, the birds, everything that you have created so that our lives could be bright and happy. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for bringing us together so that we can plan, organize ourselves, discuss, share, network, but above all, God, let us continue to serve our community in the best way possible. In your name I pray, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. So with that being said, let us go ahead and go to the next item, which is a public comments. I'd also like to take a moment, yes. I'm sorry. I'd like to take a moment to welcome our Public Health Director, Dr. Richard Chamberlain. Thank you for joining us tonight. For the public comments, citizens are required to notify members of their intent to comment prior to the start of the meeting. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. No more than 3 persons will be allowed to speak on any side of an issue. Should there be more than 3 people who wish to speak on a particular issue, they need to select not more than 3 representatives to speak for them, and the presiding officer may limit the public comments further in the interest of an orderly meeting. Speakers may not pass their minutes to any other speaker. Comments should be relevant to city business and delivered in a professional manner. No derogatory remarks will be permitted. Do we have any public comments, Angie?
No public comment.
Thank you so much. I also want to just take a moment to acknowledge Angie, who is such an amazing and incredible member of this team. She is the support staff that has been assigned by the Public Health Department to help us with the meetings, and everything that goes out comes from her, and today is her 1-year anniversary. So thank you, Angie, for everything you do and for keeping us in line, and she has been a lifesaver for me, so thank you for that. One of the things that I just wanted to bring to everyone's attention, of course, tonight we have a full house, and I want to say thank you to all the coalition members and to the committee members. There is one slight note that I want to make. The committee members are appointed by the council members and Mayor Trevino, and they are the voting members. When it comes to discussion items, we can all present ideas, discuss, etc. But the only ones that can make a motion and vote on an item, of course, if they agree with it, are the committee members. And I just wanted to clarify that. For the committee membership update, I think I kind of was out of order in the agenda, I apologize. I did welcome our newest member and welcome the member to his first meeting. I believe we only have 2 members that have not made our meetings, and that's Ms. Maricela Jacqueline and Jaime Montes. So with that being said, we have a full committee, and again, I cannot emphasize to all of you how grateful I am that you are here today. Before we continue, since this is part of the membership, I would like to just go around real quick for everybody to introduce themselves by name and the agency they represent. And I don't need a report, I just need your name and the agency so that everyone involved can see who's at the table. So I'll go to my left.
Good afternoon, my name is Margarita Escudero, I work at PERA. Peggy Diaz,
Sergio Moreno, National Border Patrol Council.
Gabriel Martinez, Gateway Community Health Center, and appointee by Dr. Tyler King for District 6.
Maxine Rivera, appointed by Local Government.
Helena Morales, Clean Health Department.
Adam Martinez, appointed by Ricardo Arcangel, and work at U.S. Probation.
Erica Lopez, Laredo Public Health.
Dr. Richard Chamberlain, Laredo Public Health.
Ron Medina, co-chair, appointed by Ruben Gutierrez, District 5.
Marina Medina, Mike's Purpose.
Melissa Ramirez, UISD.
Cindy Lopez, LISD.
Jackie Rodriguez, Risby County.
Sylvia Trevino, Laredo College. Grace Lopez, Laredo College.
Miguel Rangel, I work for Dr. Jack Trevino, appointed by, Felipe Sierra.
Crystal Silva, and I work with Webb County Community Action Agency.
Ruben Villarreal, Laredo College.
Erin Gonzalez, UISD, Health Services Department.
Laura Cortez, Border Region Behavioral Health Center.
Mireya Romero, Webb County CAA.
Robert Garcia, Laredo Police Department.
Ricardo Gonzalez, Florida Police Department.
Ana Garcia, Laredo Public Libraries.
Doris Gonzalez, Laredo Public Libraries.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. So now we know who's around, present at this meeting, and we value everyone's ideas and discussions, so please just keep that in mind, that every idea is a great idea. The next item on the agenda is the City of Laredo Police Department monthly report. And before he begins his presentation, I just want to remind everybody that whatever is presented here is only for our information and is to be shared with each other, not outside this room. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. So this month, we're going to move forward with the stats for, it's going to include the statistics for the suicide statistics that were reported to the Laredo Police Department. And right here, we're going to go with from January through August 27th. We almost made it out of the month one. Suicide resulting in death. Yesterday was actually that incident. I know we had one prior, July. Unfortunately, so excuse me, suicide resulting in death, we're at 13 reported within the municipality. Emergency detention reports, we're at 479 for the year, and emergency detention calls, we're at 576. Like I just, again, said, it was just, we have 4 reports of suicide with only 1 resulting in a deceased person report. July, we had 3, and we had 1 also in July. May and June, we had none. April was that spike with 4 deceased, 1 in March, 1 in February, and going back to January, we started the year with 5. We're up to 13 deaths so far with 42 reports. Anything you see in red, those are the decedents as a result of the suicide investigation. Anything that's not highlighted, those are reported as attempted, as attempts. If you look at the second to the last column, you will see the methods. I know the writing may be small, so we distinguish. But we do have anything from cutting, yesterday, 27th of August, responded to a resident at the 2100 block of Fluid Avenue where they encountered a 58-year-old male who was unresponsive. There were no signs of prior mental illness, nothing that indicated that he was a client of Board Region NHMR. Family was interviewed. The only thing that they did indicate is that he was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer. One thing that we were discussing earlier, I was discussing with Chief Gonzalez, is that we have seen little less than a handful of these suicides with those factors in there as far as the terminal illness, one way or another. So we were thinking about expanding the message for 988 to maybe put a little bit more concentration in your dialysis centers, in your hospitals, maybe a little bit closer to that message of not so positive news is received. The impact within that window is vital, so we'd like to promote that 988 response and the message to those centers, so just something to keep in mind. And again, we repeatedly show the heat maps for the areas throughout Laredo, just to remind everyone that this is something that affects the entire community, regardless of where you live, regardless of any demographics. So we're talking Mines Road, we're talking North Laredo, Central Laredo, South Laredo, East Laredo. We're affected throughout the community, just the way that any other city throughout the nation is affected as well.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Any questions? Comments?
Comment.
Yes.
I want to say thank you so much for the update. We really appreciate it. Of course, an additional life lost this year. One life is one too many. And we appreciate that everybody is here. It's wonderful to see the attendance today during this meeting. I did want to take your recommendation into high consideration. Of course, I will be discussing that with our team, so that way we can get in contact, as we do have the dialysis centers as part of our distribution lists, and are in contact with their managing partners as well, so that we can get that information to not only the patients, but also the staff that might also be impacted by these unfortunate losses. So thank you for that recommendation as well. So thanks.
And to add to that, Doctor, one group that reached out to us was actually this past week, was a support group for stroke survivors. A lot of times, just going through such an event, it can have, we all know, we probably know somebody close to us, or not within our own families, that sometimes those events are basically life altering. And the impact that it has on somebody at one point or another, where it's something that is going to involve a lot of therapy, physical therapy particularly, but we often don't consider the impact that it has on our mental health. So it was somewhat of a relief that they're reaching out to us to push out the resources and what's available to our mental health unit, and of course to promote the issues, the issues and the resources. So that's always somewhat satisfactory that we're being considered for that.
Thank you, Lieutenant. So just by a show of hands here, who does not know that the police department has a mental health unit? I hope everybody does.
It is moved.
Okay, and thank you so much for having that unit, Chief. I think it's really important, not just the outreach that they do, but also the vigilance that each of the members has for the community whenever somebody reaches out for help. And here's a perfect example of somebody reaching out and they're acting on it. So it takes actions like that from all of us so that we can really make a difference in our community, because you might not be the one that can help the person or the group or the family, but refer them to the right person. And if you don't know where to refer them to, look around the table. You can reach out to any of us. Together we can find the help. Any other comments or questions for the police? Thank you for all the great job you are doing. Thank you so much. Next, we have an update on the current projects, and I'll invite the Laredo Public Health to see if they have any ideas.
I will just remind the committee and the members present that we do have the suicide prevention awareness proclamation at City Hall on September 3rd, and that will happen at 9 a.m. So we encourage everybody to be present just to demonstrate our unity in the numbers, to be able to reach those individuals that might feel alone and demonstrate that they are not alone. They have all of us ready and willing to listen and to be part of who they are. So that is coming up very soon. Is there anything else?
Excuse me, what time?
9 a.m. at City Hall Chambers, September 3rd, Tuesday.
I just wanted to say, Dr. Chamberlain, I don't know if you received a copy of this,
Okay.
but if you received this flyer, we added that proclamation. Thank you for bringing it up. So on this handout, you'll see all the activities that are gonna happen. The proclamation is on there.
What is it?
September the 3rd.
Okay, she's got it.
At 9 a.m. at the city council chambers. So hopefully you can mark your calendar, make plans to be there. Remember that, we have, the colors, if you can wear the colors, we also have buttons and of course t-shirts. So thank you so much. Anything else Dr. Chamberlain?
I also want to take this opportunity to be able to invite the participants today to the candlelight vigil that we are having this week on Friday. That'll be at 7. We have done a little revamping to our courtyard. We have installed some lighting so that way we can ensure, as public health awareness days and months that happen in the community, we are able to light up the health department to respect those colors. So this will be the first time where we have that ability to light up the department, and we will be lighting up the department purple in support of, in awareness of overdose prevention. So that will be happening this Friday at 7 p.m. We're gonna have a little bit of refreshments, and then of course kind of wait till the sun goes down a little bit more to have that candlelight vigil. So we welcome anybody and everybody to be present, so that way we are also increasing the awareness regarding overdose in our community. I did want to also take this opportunity to take advantage and share that Ms. Adriana has been selected as our harm reduction specialist. So she is the first. So she will be working very closely with this committee, of course with our PD and fire departments as well, regarding of course suicide prevention and overdose, substance use disorder and prevention there as well, but overall harm reduction across the board. So
Wonderful, congratulations.
Bringing work that is needed to the community.
Well, I think they selected an ideal person, so thank you for that. Thank you, Dr. Chamberlain, for announcing that, so that way we know who to contact. Thank you so much. Let us go ahead and continue with the agenda. Any questions for Dr. Chamberlain or his team on their report? The next item on the agenda is that you are not alone awareness, and I don't know if we had enough copies for everybody, but we went ahead and started, and I want to just say thank you to Becky from our team who put together this list, and we will email it to Angie so that she can share it with the membership. You can see all the different activities that are happening. We do have 2 proclamations, Dr. Chamberlain. We were able to invite the county to do a proclamation as well, and they're gonna do it the following week. So if you can see from the list, those that have the handout, there's gonna be suicide awareness rally. By the way, that's something that is on the back of the list, and that's happening this Friday in the morning at 7:30. If you are available and want to enjoy that fresh air at 7:30 with some great people, the AHEC team, join us. We'll be at the corner of Springfield and Calle del Norte. Now, you can join us in spirit if you want to choose another location like Malinche and Guadalupe Street. What is it that we want to do? We want to start to tell people that 988 is there to help us all. And even if we have 10 minutes and we can stand there with our shirts, with the signs. So we are planning to have our banners, to all be wearing a shirt. We're not running for office, but we are promoting the 988.
Would you be
in many ways.
giving out promotional items, like anything to pass out to like the?
Promotional items are right there on the table.
No, on those days.
Do we have promotional items?
Because you're gonna do it for when, like, as people
At an
pass by?
intersection?
Yeah,
No, we're not, because number one, we want to practice safety.
yeah,
And
safety.
number two, the message is gonna be large enough that people can take a picture, right? So, please, and there, our hope is that they're gonna be seeing this message throughout the month of September. So this is like the beginning, of this initiative. So if you're available, join us. Like I said, if you can't go to that intersection, choose your location, take a selfie picture so that we can let everyone, not just in Webb County, but throughout South Texas, know that we care about our community. So that's gonna be happening. If you wanna join us, just let us know. I'm not gonna read the activities that are there, but so far we have quite a few activities. In addition to that, we're pending some presentation times with the City of Laredo Police Department. I know both school districts are doing amazing at getting the message out in many ways, the college, the university as well. If you have an event that you have planned, or maybe something that you're thinking about and need help organizing it, please let us know. Remember that all the events on the top portion, let us all try to make them, just to show support, even if it's for a few minutes. I think it's important that if we gather to inspire one another to organize and have these events, let us inspire each other to be there. You know, meet there for a cup of coffee, to just gather with yourself. If you have family in from out of town, take them. The more, the merrier. Questions on this list of items that we have here?
Do we need volunteers for the, like the one at the Laredo College and the one at the Martin Nixon football game?
Yes.
Or do we just show up?
I'd like to mention that because this just came about yesterday, actually. On September the 12th, we have been invited by LISD to attend their football scrimmage game between Nixon and Martin. And they want to do a 98 ceremony, so I'm inviting all of you to attend. We have to be there between 5:30 and 5:45 to enter the field. To enter the field together with our banner, our shirts, our colors, whatever you want to bring. We are going to give the announcer a script so that they can read the message that we want to convey to everyone that's present about the importance of 98. And I will write something and share it with Dr. Chamberlain. So this way, they're going to allow us to walk into the middle of the field with our banner or whatever you have. At the time we're walking in, the announcer will be reading the information we gave. They will show the message on the Jumbotron, and this will continue throughout the game. They will show it. So this is their way of helping us get the message out to the LISD families. So please mark your calendar. Hopefully Angie can send out a message to everybody, and just show up. You don't need to RSVP, but the more of us that are present, the more we can get other people encouraged to join us. Questions on that? And of course, right after that, we will have an informational table. So if any of you want to spend a few minutes with us, it's not going to take long. The ceremony will probably be like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes long. And then some of the AHIC team and those of you that would like to be at the information table afterwards or bring materials for the informational table, you're welcome to do that. Any questions or comments on that activity? One of the items that we noted on this list is also on September the 10th, which is Worldwide Suicide Awareness Day. We don't have an activity on that day per se, but I would like for all of us together to commit ourselves to do something that day, whether it's, again, wear your button, wear your shirt, the entire team that you work with, whether it's two of you, one, or whoever, do something nice, talk to somebody about 98, and know that you're making a difference on September the 10th. If you don't do it any other time during the month, do it on that day. And so those are the items that I wanted to highlight. Please, September the 3rd, Suicide Prevention Proclamation at the City Council Chambers at 9 a.m. That's on Tuesday. the following week on September the 9th, which is a Monday, the Suicide Prevention Proclamation at the county at 9 a.m. So those are two events that really and truly I would like for you to make it a point to attend, as well as the ceremony at LISD Nixon versus Martin game. Questions or comments? I do want to say that this list didn't come about just like this. It was the work of some of you around the table that met before in June, July. And then we had another meeting, the coalition members, not the committee, to kind of throw out some ideas. And so this is what came out of that. So thank you all for participating. Another update on the You Are Not Alone awareness campaign. I'm going to invite Chief Gonzalez to, if you'd like to share about our meeting that we had today, Chief.
So just to follow up on one of the many projects that we're working on, the coaster, for those of us that are visiting here for the first time. Throughout these meetings, we try to come up with ideas to promote the message. One of those in the presentations, one of the main purposes of these presentations is for us to learn what the trigger points are, what are the causes to maybe reaching that point of that there's no turning back from. One of the things that we've been seeing is that a lot of the people are affected by, or when they make that awful decision, right, that they're in that moment of despair, they're under the influence of either alcohol or drugs. So one of the things that we wanted to do, we wanted to reach that vulnerable population. One of the things that we came up with is come up with a coaster, and on there having our QRQ code where people can just, while they're having a beer, they get curious, we'll have some type of a hook, they'll scan it, they'll get information, they'll have it with them. Throughout the night or in the future, or they see somebody, they know somebody that needs or could use the help, they can easily share it. So we partner up with David Cash, who's very involved with the not only Gateway but also the Eat Street and a lot of the Bar Coalition or the Bar Owners Coalition downtown. He's involved in a lot of events and such. So he's willing to help. He's gonna link us with the two main distributors of alcoholic beverage in town, which is Southern Distributors and Elegant Distributors. And he's already reached out to them. They're gonna be providing or going through the whole cost of producing these coasters, and both in English and Spanish. And thanks to Ms. Basan and her quick pressure on David, it looks like we might have a very quick turnaround for persuasive ways. Quick turnaround as soon as probably next week. So by the end of the week, we should have some artwork that we will share with the team. And once everybody is able to provide input and such, we'll give a response to David so he can have these things go into production. And hopefully we'll have them out there as soon as probably next weekend, where there's going to be a festival downtown, which we even got invited to set up a booth. So it's moving along, and it's perfect timing, September, where we want to make the most noise as possible. People should hear the message and share the message. So looking forward to that.
Good idea. Excellent summary. Any questions for Chief Gonzalez? So the goal is to have these posters, like I said, by next week, and we will continue to have more through the month of September, whoever would like them. It's an opportunity to visit with other entities, other vendors, other companies that have numerous facilities throughout the community. And I think we all can think of at least 2 or 3 that might be willing to join us. So all it takes is one great idea like this one, and others can follow, right? So thank you so much, Chief, because you kind of helped with the idea together and you delivered it, and now we're very close to the finish line, so thank you so much. The other thing that I wanted to say also is that United Independent School District, thanks to the efforts of Ms. Irene Rosales, will be providing us with some printouts, similar to flyers, but they'll be like a 5x7, the message. And people can take those to put on their dashboard, put it on their windows, wherever you want to display them. So we're gonna be sending her that information once she has those available.
I
We will
already
let you
have
know.
the card stock.
You do?
Yes.
Perfect.
But I need the flyer.
Yes, we'll send you the artwork. And thank you so much for that, because that really brings us closer together. The other thing that I wanted to say is that we were able to get some, not decals, they're like the clean plastic that you can put on windows, but that you can take off. We were able to get very good price on that. And I was hoping to have them ready for tonight, but they were not. So everybody that goes to the proclamation on Tuesday will be getting one for your car. Please put it on your car, even if it's just for the month of September. It's very important because all of us need to spread the message. And what better way than your vehicle, right? Somebody's looking at your screen or your side window, wherever you want to put it, just put it on your car. So we hope to distribute some of those, and then as the card stock that Ms. Rosales is providing becomes available, we will let you know. And you can either pick it up at the Area Health Education Center or bring some to the Public Health with Angie so she can have some as well. The other great thing that I want to announce is that we have new 90-day shirts. And Becky, do you have one? That, these are the shirts that are available.
My favorite color.
Yes. Again, we don't have funding for this, so the board gave me permission to prepay these, so we have to put the money back, $10 a shirt, okay? And if you're gonna pay by credit card, which you can, you just have to pay $11 to cover that fee. We've had several people that pre-ordered the shirts, and they already come by and pick them up. We have plenty for anyone that would like some. I know even Public Health went by today and picked up a few. So with that being said, there's no excuse for you not to wear your colors or your pin or whatever it is that you have on these special occasions. And whenever you see a 90-day information table, which we're gonna have here on Friday, Dr. Chamberlain, that's your table. Come and be part of that promotional team. That's your table because you represent this whole coalition. So I wanted to say that you don't need an invitation. If you see 90-day anywhere, stop. Go and be part of it. Any questions or comments? Becky, did I forget something?
No, I don't think so. Just that we added the link at the bottom so people can order their merchandise.
No.
So
Oh,
like
yes.
stickers and things like that, you can order through that website. Erica shared that before as well, but it just goes the link.
Thank you, Erica. So the website at the bottom is to get some of the materials that are on the table at no cost. So please take advantage of this before September arrives.
And their turnaround time is pretty good.
Now it is.
Now it is, it wasn't before.
Yeah.
I think it was like a week and a half. Yeah, mine was like, the first ones were like 2 months.
Yeah.
No, it was just the
I
little
think they were in
cards.
transition of moving or something like that, but I think that's right now.
I want to tell you that the banners have a big hit with all the schools, and we've gotten some comments from some of the parents that have seen them. So thank you to everybody that was helpful in distributing those to the schools. And if you see something with 98, whether it's a billboard, take a picture and send it to us so that we can get a collage of different things. I know that the mayor, we just submitted a letter with our accomplishments for the first 6 months of this year. And we want to take pride in everything else that you all do that make it possible. And what better way than to show it in pictures? So please keep that in mind. Questions or comments?
Is there an email address that we have pictures to of the different activities that are happening throughout the month?
Yes, and you can send it to us?
To H Careers, so it stands for Health Careers, hcareers.ahec@gmail.com.
Maybe we should create a 988.
If I may recommend to the group,
I mean, you can use all the social media streams, but just use a hashtag. We can do Laredo98. Thank you, Erica, for the idea. So that way you can just find all the photos at Laredo98 and not have to send them in to somebody, and then they'll all be there and they'll be collected. And then we can all just go to your Instagram, your LinkedIn, or whatever it is, and then just type in Laredo98 and all the photos will be coming out.
But when, so it's hashtag Laredo 98.
Thank you.
So, another thing that I wanna announce, thank you for that, Dr. Chamberlain, we will be having a contest. We're gonna have some drawings next month, which is in October, for everybody that participates in displaying their great participation in this 988 initiative. We will be drawing some winners, and of course, you will be getting wonderful thank you gifts for your participation, and just knowing that you're doing something good for your community should be good enough, but we know that sometimes you have to take that extra effort to get it done, to take the picture, to post it, to do this. So please, please keep that in mind. Anything that helps us stay motivated, I want us to consider. And with that, I want to say to all of you, this is an open discussion. This is the time for you to share, to bring to the table. What else can we do? What have we not done? Maybe not immediately, maybe months to come, because remember, our job is year-round. We're just concentrating in September because of the National Awareness Month.
No, just one thing to, I guess, follow up on the request from last time, Dr. Basan. And unfortunately, we know there's a need out there, and one, I guess, a barometer to see how effective we have been with these campaigns, getting a report from 988 and see the frequency of usage.
From our area.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna put that as a priority. Anybody else?
I just want to say, Dr. Julie, and I know I've been on this committee for many, many years, and I'm very happy to be there, but at the end, I really believe that everybody does what they can, but I have been a strong advocate to eventually bring a hospital for children and adults in need here. Anytime a child contemplates suicide or tries to go through with it, has to be sent to the Valley, to Corpus, or to San Antonio. We really, I see, I'm a community member now, I see all the individuals here, our city council is behind it, our health department, our police department, all the schools, I see there's representation from everywhere. We really need to push for that. We need a mental hospital in Laredo. We are at 250,000 plus people, I believe. I was coming in from San Antonio, I was like, I didn't know we were that many here, but I know there's a huge, we cannot, it's very difficult for someone to travel, to send their child off in an ambulance, not know what the facility looks like.
We were just having that conversation.
And they are there for, they are there for 5 days minimum. It's horrible.
I mean, they get let out and sometimes there's no one.
There's no
They don't have the
follow-up
means to go pick them up.
No, there
Or
isn't.
sometimes they
So,
can't.
I apologize for running late, and if that conversation did take place.
Oh, no,
We
you're
were
talking about it in the
Oh,
car.
you were talking about
On the way over
it.
here.
Yes, but we need to push for it. Let's just be that little thorn. We need a hospital in Laredo. We do.
And can you guess how adults are transported?
I believe with the police.
Sure.
Right? I believe so, and they're already going through so much, chief, and then they feel like a criminal for having mental anguish. That's not right. So if we can do that, this coalition has grown so much, we've got to just say a little, I wish we had a hospital. And I will say this, when I was working with LIC and I was the director of counselors there, we did have a hospital, an investor come in from Las Vegas. Came in, they did a study, they looked at my numbers of how many were reported, not all, or, you know what I mean, some people not, but how many, and they wanted to invest in Laredo. I even told them of facilities that existed, that, let's say hospitals that, have use that place, you don't even have to build, you've got the bedrooms, you've got the, and they opted not to come in Laredo. We need it. So, everybody say a prayer, but open your mouth to somebody, tell somebody. I mean, yeah, we can pray, but pray out loud. We need something for Laredo children and adults.
I'll provide a little more guidance as to where we can open our mouths, right? I think it would be really important. This was something that had started also with our Laredo Drug and Alcohol Commission regarding our detox center that happened many years back, and it came to fruition through the advocating of the need for it. But as I was just sharing or discussing right now with Miss Erica, it could just take us individually, and that has more power because we can do it as a committee, absolutely, but individually taking the time to write a letter to our elected officials at the state level, so that way we can have an annex of the mental health hospital in San Antonio opened in Laredo, which can become a rider in the next 89th legislative session, which is happening in the next year. So that way that can be included for that to start. I mean, we wouldn't need something big. I mean, even just like how we have the detox, a 24-bed facility would mean the world of a difference to our population. But that takes all of our voices, writing those letters, making sure that our senator and our representatives are getting them, and it'll be placed onto their agenda. And then, of course, as the city of Laredo goes to Austin to do what we do to advocate for our community, that can be additional power to our voice, that we're asking for this request by our legislative body to fund the brick and mortar and then ultimately the operation.
Absolutely.
And not a full-scale hospital, but an annex, as mentioned, of what's existing in San Antonio at the state hospital.
Dr. Chamberlain, would it be, for some it may be difficult, like me, I don't have a computer, but anyway, for some, it could be like a sample letter of what we can, and then we add your name here, your address, whatever, just something simple.
We can definitely do that.
Like a template, ¿verdad? And then, we start sending them in, tell us where we need to email it. I know, we all belong to different organizations. Julie's very good with the Rotaries. Hey, send a link, send a letter in, and they will be inundated. We need mental health help. I need mental health. I think we all do. Yes, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, what's the outreach for the LGBTQ community?
What is the outreach in regards to promotion of the 90-day or? I don't have an answer to say, but I know that we try community-wide to get the message out.
Well, we advocated, I have what we'll at least say Haven, which is focusing on the LGBT community from youth to any age group or anything. So the way we advocated is really voice by mouth, as well as presenting in any events that we get invited. We post our banner and everything. We have the flyers that we get from SAMHSA. So they get all that information through us as well as through our website. And we get calls here and there for information, and we direct them to the organizations that are out there that we collaborate with and everything. So we try to expand our horizons. So we have a lot of voices out there in the community, as well as the council members that have been helping me spread the word out there.
Because unfortunately, there's a very high percentage of suicide rate in the LGBTQ community, and I'm coming from San Antonio, and we're members of Fiesta Youth, which also tried to get out the information in San Antonio, and there's also Pride. And
they have a lot of activities in June that we could piggyback with them.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your comments and your support. And I know that the different committee members try their best to get the word out. For example, Gabriel, I know, is very involved with the homeless population group, so they're doing great. But we need more people like Earl, like Gabriel, like yourself, to get out there and be boots on the ground with the message. I really, really liked the discussion. I liked the point that Rosina brought up. How does everybody feel about that, about mental health hospitals? Should we as a group combine our efforts? And if so, then the committee members, I think I want to hear from, so that you all can make this into a motion. What do you think, Gabriel?
Oh yeah, 110%. Yes, absolutely. I agree with that, and you know, as a counselor, I see that myself, right, and sometimes it's quite frustrating to, you know, if a patient is in a crisis, a client's in a crisis, it's like, you know, border region, which they're have the hands
Amazing.
full, right, they're able to do so
They're
much,
amazing.
right, they have so many things to do, and having that was a fantastic idea. I know I've spoken to Dr. Tyler King about it, our councilman, so I definitely expressed my frustration. I was like, hey, we need this, you know, we're a growing city and our numbers are getting higher and higher. So definitely I appreciate you echoing that, and I hope this committee also feels the same way.
Maxine?
Yeah, I agree. And if we do send our letters in, we can always ask our city council members also to send theirs in. That was a little bit higher. And also to piggyback off of the cancer, suicide, next month, my boyfriend, Big Lou, I don't know if y'all know him, but he was nominated for the Men Wear Pink campaign, so he's gonna be doing some of that stuff, so we can piggyback off with them and Relay for Life to try and get the message out there when they're promoting theirs also.
Excellent. Okay, thank you, Maxine. Edwin?
Definitely, I think I definitely agree with a lot of things. A great initiative to go ahead and start getting the word out there. I think it's been a talk for a year.
Years, it's been years.
Since I used to work at Border Region, there's been a constant discussion with how much is needed, and I think definitely I'm all on board for it.
Excellent, thank you. Earl?
I'm totally on board with everybody's voice out there and everything, so, if we need to get the voice out, we need to get heard, and that's what we need to do, spread our voice and spread it around Laredo.
Thank you. Anina?
I think that it starts with everybody getting together, and I think we're on the right track, and I hope this comes to fruition pretty quickly.
Thank you so much. And what do you think as the new committee member?
That's a wonderful idea. I mean, Laredo always gets left out, you know. But there's wonderful people here in Laredo, and there's plenty of money, and there's a lot of power. I mean, I travel the world and I meet people in Laredo all over the world, and so we can do anything we want here in Laredo.
Thank you so much. So with that being said, and all the committee members in agreement, can someone from the committee make a motion that we vote to take on the initiative of making our voices heard for the need of a mental health hospital?
I make a motion to start a committee or start some sort of petition to have
A movement, yeah.
I second the motion.
Second that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to wait for me.
I'm just very lucky. I second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you so much. And what we're gonna do is, of course, we're gonna rely on the public health department staff that will support us in creating these letters so that we can voice what we need. And that's really what we're doing. We're voicing what we need. And I think as a group we can be heard, and thank you, Dr. Chamberlain, for giving us that guidance. As soon as we have something ready, we can go ahead and forward it to all of you, so that you can, again, put it together, send it in, and just let Angie know that you've done your part. Questions or comments on that? That was an excellent idea.
I think if it's created by the council people, it would have more weight.
Oh, of course, yes. But we have to convince them. Right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. Great idea. Any other ideas or questions or suggestions as to how we can continue to do more? Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name's, as I said before, my name's Ana Garcia. I'm with the Laredo Public Libraries. We're actually holding an event for World Suicide Prevention and Awareness Day on September 10th. Yeah.
On September 10th? Okay.
I have flyers here. I'll pass around to the little ones, but I have large ones too if y'all want them. We already have a few organizations that we're gonna give presentations. We're gonna have booths with resources available, and we're gonna have small activities on the side to de-stress and refreshment. Again, this will take place on Tuesday, September 10th, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. It will be at the Joey Guerra Laredo Public Library multi-purpose room on Charlton Road.
Thank you.
It will be hosted by myself and Ms. Doris Gonzalez. If you, some of the organizations that are involved are Pillar and Center and, the Laredo Vet Center, for example. And of course, the Health Department, thank you so much, Dr. Chamberlain and Ms. Flores, thank you. So, they, will also be involved, but, if you have not heard of us or if you don't know of this event, please contact us, we'll be here, we have more flyers, I can give you my email, and that way you can also have a booth with us. We're very excited for this event, we really want to help out the community as much as possible. So please contact me, I'll be here for a little while after the meeting, and we really appreciate any additional participation.
Thank you so much for being here, first of all, and for sharing that information. We'll add it to the list so that the people will know. And I know we'll have the 988 table there. One of the things that I just want to emphasize to all of you, I know a while ago, or a few meetings ago, we talked about funding, the fact that this committee runs on no funds whatsoever. So everything we've accomplished with no funding has been amazing. And I'm very, very proud of the deliverables that each one of you brings to the table. Sometimes it's your idea, sometimes it's your time, sometimes it's, oh, I know someone that can sponsor. And look at where we are today. So thank you for that. Thank you for each committee. If anyone knows of any, yes.
I was also going to say, so at Laredo College, we'll be having 2 events. One will be September 10th on World Suicide Awareness Day, and that's from 10 to 1 at the Kazin Center. So if anyone's interested in having a booth, please reach out to me. I'll stay here afterwards also. But my email's pretty easy. It's grace.lopez@laredo.edu. And so we didn't want to do both at the same time, so we'll be having one on the 11th at the South Campus.
Excellent.
Okay.
We do have one more announcement, if we may.
So 988, they announced that they're gonna have their first annual 988 day on 9/8, so September 8th. So on SAMHSA, they actually have a digital toolkit with flyers and digital posts that you can share, like pre-made and with captions and everything. So they have a whole section with that, so we can share on that day as well.
So we'll ask Ms. Andy to push that information out to the rest of the group as well.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you so much. See, it takes all of us to create awareness amongst ourselves, and then we take it forward. Thank you so much. And that's a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
Yeah, September the 8th is Sunday.
And
Go to
so
church.
this coming Sunday, September the 1st, that's when suicide awareness month starts. And so there will be an ad in the newspaper, and it will have everybody that was at the Jovita Ibarra event with a banner. So look for that and take a picture, send it to your friends, and say, look, I'm in this picture, can you find me? So that they can see and not involved. So thank you for that. Any comments or questions? Mr. Moreno?
Well, thank you. I did want to share an alibi. At the federal level, we were just introduced just today, and maybe the practitioners and the licensed professionals know this, but it was very new to me, of the Columbia Suicide Severity Rating Scale. We were introduced to that because they're gonna distribute an app to all government phones, where you download that app under the DHS banner, but equal to that will be the public app. That app asks you particular questions. It's real easy. You don't have to be licensed, trained, or anything. Please, professors, am I right in saying that? And I say that to my friends right there that are there, right? That's what we, Dr. Malpizzi, she's our operations psychologist or suicidologist. She said that it's real easy, it's user-friendly. The one under the DHS banner, you click yes or no, and it tells you what the next step is as you as the advocate and steward for that person. And if it's a negative response, where to go, a local facility, a component with the DHS that offers that free service for that employee. Maybe in the future we could do something for, like, I don't know what county says, you know, I'm an advocate, I see my neighbor going through some struggles, yes, no, and let me ask those questions. Oh, let me call PD first, and then we'll call.
The steps, yeah.
Yes, because I think everyone wants to be an advocate, they just don't know how to be an advocate. And that's at the DHS level, that's my way out by that we were introduced to it. I'm actually gonna take a course, even though they told me I didn't have to, but as my friends know, I'm forgetting my teaching, and that's our goal.
That's how we met.
Yes, that's how we met. So that's what we're doing here at the DHS level. That was my outline.
Excellent. thank you for sharing that idea. It's a great idea, and this is only the beginning for our group to keep growing and growing. But what I was gonna say was that if anybody knows of any grant, let us know so we can apply for it, so that we can do more with some funds. Anybody else that has any comments? Pillar, thank you so much for making the time to be here. Want to announce your event?
We are going to have an event on Monday, September the 9th, at 7:45 in the afternoon. Why? Because we want to have a moment of silence on radio broadcast at 8 o'clock. So that way everybody's there before 8 and one minute of silence.
And where is that?
It's going to be in Clear Choice.
Sorry.
In 7105 North Bartlett.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you
so
very
much
much.
you're here. Who else? This is your first time joining us. Have you been here before? Yes.
It's my first time.
Oh, why don't you introduce yourself and you have anything coming up, anything you'd like to share?
No, we assist clients with electricity assistance. So we do see people that are going through.
And you know, that's a very important service that you provide, because finances sometimes make us feel like the world is ending. So at your offices, do you have anything that tells people you're not alone? When we get the postal boards, we will contact you so you can have some.
Even those decals, like you were saying, like on the door?
Yes. Thank you so much. And the public library, thank you for joining us, and the same thing goes for you. Anybody else have any comments or questions? Yes.
Yes, I do have a comment, I guess a little follow-up about our previous discussion when it comes to working within the staff of Gateway Community Health Center. And so something, this was recently proposed to my director, and so something that we're gonna establish is that we are gonna, a lot of, you know, it could be many factors, right, that have a lot to deal with, but our providers, our FNPs, MDs, sometimes they might not be very aware of the 988, as I found out in a quick survey that I did. And so what we concluded, our director and I, that we want to establish like a little, you know, workshop for them so they can provide those resources for them. Because they, and I think, I saw like Mr. Lopez now, I think last year, I think we done over 100,000, you know, patients that they actually touch, whether it's recurring and things like that. And so in many ways, the outreach of those providers, we want to be able to have them, if they notice something, not only them, but also their MOAs, their nurses, their clerks. We want to have all clinics, Shiloh, Central, Hebbronville, Zapata, our Westside clinic now, right? That we want to have them train, at least to spot some things if they do feel that they can provide that resources, right? Because I know they're very limited on their time, and so if they can quickly kind of gauge the situation and see, because the worst thing that we want to do is that, you know, someone's in crisis and they're not really trained for that, and then they let them go, right? And so we want to be able to provide that, hey, you know, we gave them the resources, we gave them this availability, whether it's a schedule with a psychiatrist, Dr. Pompian II, or with a counselor. So we're establishing that in our clinics. It's a work in progress, and I'm sure our providers are eager to learn about that.
Along those lines, you just, you know, you make a really good point, the clinic. If we could get a flyer, you know, emailed to us, just simple, 988, call 988, English and Spanish, and then print them and then put them in the waiting rooms, in the restroom doors, in the, when you're waiting for the doctor to come in, and just have that out there. I know it is very helpful, you know.
And that's gonna be something that's gonna be made available to everybody.
Yes.
Once we get that supply, so thank you. I think all of you received a link that has all the different tools, marketing tools. So please, if you need anything, let us know. But one question I have for everyone, because I know we're almost out of time. Did everybody sign in with your email address? Because Angie is going to keep you informed of everything we're doing, what we're planning. Okay, before you leave, go over to that table so that you can sign in, if you've been late.
And if we're already getting emails, that means we have it right. Yes.
Okay, is there anything else before I invite out someone to make a motion to adjourn the meeting? No? Nobody wants to go home, okay, we'll continue.
Now, I'm scared to make a motion, I don't know what one of those guys.
Emotions.
Okay, Earl made a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Marina seconded, all those in favor say aye. Before you leave, I wanna get a group picture, so don't leave, and we need to do it quickly, because I know some of you have children to go pick up.
Thank you all.
Or little children.
Thank you.
Right.
Great meeting, guys.